Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be doing an unboxing and also a first impression video of a new makeup that's super cheap that I found on Shopee. The brand name is called QiBest. That's just how I'm gonna pronounce it. You can call it QiBest, it's up to you. The makeup is from China, and I believe that Chinese people call QiBest, so it's going to be QiBest in this video, okay? What entices me to buy this makeup? One is because the pricing is super like really dirt cheap. It's probably like 500% cheaper as compared to the ones that you buy from the drugstore, like Maybelline, L'Oreal and shit like that. Just so cheap, especially if you wait for their discounts or even use your coins and stuff like that. You can really, oh my god, I can't believe I bought this much product. In total, I only spent 30 ringgit and 17 cents. I have 12 items here. I use my coins and of course free shipping. That's very important, okay? In Shopee, you can get free shipping, use the free shipping. Quite a lot of items for 30 ringgit and 17 cents. If you go to the drugstore, you can't even buy like a good proper foundation that is a branded one like L'Oreal or Maybelline and stuff like that. Now the other reason why I also decided to buy from them is because their official store, the way it is designed, the Shopee store, it's very nicely done. The pictures are all very professionally taken. I really like the design of it and also just how aesthetically pleasing the pictures are. Basically, whoever that designed the Shopee shop with all the pictures and all, dude, the fella deserve a freaking promotion, man. However, I am actually very disappointed when it arrived. I really wish that the customer experience could have been extended to the shipping as well, or to the packaging. I know it's really cheap already, but it would have been nice if they kind of put in a little bit more effort into their packaging. It would totally bring me back to buy more of their items or to try out more of their other items if their packaging is a little better than this, basically. I didn't buy everything, like full makeup, because I don't need everything. I only buy some of the items that I feel that I will actually use on a daily basis or I will use in general. This one, obviously, none of it is natural makeup or anything good for your skin. None of the description, none of the product description actually stated the ingredients list at all. I mean, I don't know, a lot of makeup, your drugstore makeup, those popular ones as well, they are from China as well. Even though they list out their ingredients list, they're not necessarily like the best ingredients on earth. If this is as good, like consistency is as good and it doesn't affect my skin, it doesn't cause any reaction, bad reaction or allergic reaction, I wouldn't mind using this, okay? I really wouldn't mind. It's quite well packed, I would say, like safety wise, it is quite well packed. Literally, they just dumped all the makeup in here. Oh my god, when I first saw it, these were supposed to be like 7 ringgit something, but after discount, it's only 3.90 each. Holy fudge. On their store, it's called QiBest 3-in-1 makeup cream, blush and lip tint. Can you see how professional these images are? Dude, seriously, how can you not buy from them? It's so cheap, like 3.90, you insane? 6 shades, literally all their shades, I believe. Yep, literally all their shades. Okay, these are the makeup sponge, 2 for 1 ringgit and 60 cents. That's super damn cheap, okay? If it's nice to use, holy fudge. I do have a concealer as well. This concealer costs 5 ringgit, but this has been known to be like a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. Yeah, even the packaging itself looks exactly like Tarte Shape Tape, okay? Next, I have an eyeshadow. This is the QiBest Old Fashioned Cocktail 9 color eyeshadow palette. Moving on, we have 2 eyebrow products. Quick Drying Eyebrow Styling Gel, 2 ringgit and 78 cents. And then I thought I would try something different, like you know how the Anastasia kind of brow gel dip kind of thing. Yeah, I want to try something like that. So this is the QiBest Eyebrow Cream Long Lasting Waterproof Shaping Eyebrow product. This one costs 12 ringgit and 96 cents. Let's start with concealer first. I got this in the shade 03 Natural. Can you see how similar this freaking thing looks like the Shape Tape? Oh my god. I also wet or damp the sponge. It definitely expands, probably around like 1.5 times bigger than the original size, and once it expands, it is definitely much softer to squish. This feels very similar to like some of the Althea sponges that I've tried. A lot of other like cheaper sponges out there. Definitely not Beauty Blender sort of material, because Beauty Blender has more holes in them. This one feels more compact. Okay, I'm really afraid that this might not be my shade. They have lighter shade. Why didn't I go for the lighter shade? I'm just gonna take some from the back of my hand and just Oh, it's damn perfumey though. So if you don't like it's very like shampoo-y kind of fresh scent. Yeah, it's not my shade. I think if I use this to kind of shade my skin, probably better. It oxidizes quite badly. So if you want to get this, I would suggest getting a much lighter shade because it really oxidizes quite badly. Smooth it out with the sponge. I think the concealer is alright, but I don't think it's super full coverage. It does give like a medium coverage sort of feeling to me. It does catches on some of my dry patches for sure. If you have dry skin with a lot of dry patches, this is probably not for you. It's definitely more of that very thin, liquidy sort of concealer. It's not super thick, the consistency of it, so it makes it very easy to smooth on the skin for sure. I do think that if you already have like smooth skin to begin with, then this is an okay medium coverage concealer to try out for sure. It's a very lightweight feeling, not cakey type of concealer. I think it's okay. Like the concealer is fine, it's just that it oxidizes like crazy. So get a lighter shade. Get a lighter shade. I'm gonna do my brows. I will have to start with the eyebrow cream. That's chocolate, alright. Ooh, it's damn creamy. Okay, this is one of those eyebrow products that you can't just like fill everything up. You need to draw one by one kind of thing to make it look natural. Wish me luck, I'm not very good at brows. Camera just make it way too dark. I think I did a great job. Okay, let's just leave it as there. Let me do the other side. Ding ding ding. Maybe I need to start buying colors that are more ashy kind of tone. So instead of like chocolate or brown, next time I probably need to get like a gray brownish sort of color. Anyway, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit with some concealer. Let's move on to the QiBest quick dry eyebrow styling gel. The brush is actually quite stiff. A bit tacky. I think it's okay. As a eyebrow gel, it needs to be this tacky. Let's see how it dries down. Oh, it smells like glue. Just need to make sure that I keep my hairs in place. Just make sure that it's neat looking, everything is in place properly. Just making sure that every brow, every hair is in its right spot. Overall, for the brow gel, I think it's okay. It's quite easy to apply. It's not hard. The shade is very pigmented. This is definitely not the kind of eyebrow product that is my preferred, but I just wanted to try something new to see whether I like it or not. You know, you never know. Easy to apply, but let's see if it smudges or not, or does it last long on the face or not. Brush, this one, it's better off that you use another brush because this is totally quite jagged. I would suggest using something that's thinner and not as dense as this brush, but to have this spoolie at the end is actually quite useful. I think this styling gel, this clear gel, it is definitely a little bit tacky, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know, if you want something in place, it's supposed to be a little bit sticky. If you have tried Benefit, the brow gel, that one, it kind of make your brows stiff. Like it really makes sure that it stays there forever kind of thing. Because this doesn't dry off hard, I don't know the longevity of this, but it's definitely not the type of styling gel that will dry off hard. Still makes your brows look very natural. Like it doesn't make it look too shiny as well. Oh, I do have eyeshadow, so let's try out the eyeshadow. So this is the eyeshadow. I think it looks really nice. The packaging is nice. It almost looks like some Holika kind of eyeshadow. This, dude, can you hear how cheap this is? The plastic here has a lot of scratches. I really don't know if you can tell. And the palette is actually very small. But anyway, at the end of the day, let's try out the product itself. The lighter shade definitely does have quite a lot of kickback for sure. If I use a fluffy brush, almost nothing coming. Let me try to use my fingers. Better with fingers for sure. Okay, and then use the brush to kind of blend it out. Chunky shimmery shade. This shimmery shade is definitely more of the nighttime kind of shimmers. Oh, damn ugly lah, this shimmer. The shimmery shade is very ugly. It's not the pretty kind. Regret, instant regret AF. Let's line the eyes again, okay? Try to cover it up as much as possible. My brows is starting to kind of move out of place already. So yeah, the eyebrow gel definitely doesn't stay on very well. Like it doesn't make sure that my brow stays in place. Okay, I think this is the best I can do. Eyeshadow, I think eyeshadow wise really you can skip. It's definitely, although it's like super cheap, I don't know, I feel the quality is really kids makeup quality. I think the eyeshadow wise is not a good purchase at all. Yeah, it doesn't work that well with a brush, so you need to use fingers to apply on just to get the pigment going and so that it doesn't have too much of a kickback. Super cheap shimmers that is just very ugly, okay? It's not very pretty kind of shimmer. No way, and don't buy it, okay? Let's move on. I'm gonna curl my lashes and put some mascara on and then I'll be back. Lashes done. Let's move on to the cream. So I think number 5 is the one that the label is kind of off. The brush, it's not in the packaging itself. I would prefer if they made the packaging in the sense that I can actually put the brush in here so it'd be more convenient. This is how it looks like. This is 05 Clotho, a light penetration 3-in-1 blush, a red with purple undertone, a vanilla sweet candy kind of fragrance. Not my kind of scent really. A lot of makeup have this like cheaper makeup, like drugstore makeup have this scent. Oh, this looks so much more red and bright as compared to what I see in the container itself. It's super bright actually. It's very bright red. I thought it has like purple undertone. And then if you want, we can actually use this sponge to kind of work it. Oh, this is very bright red. Definitely doesn't suit the eye look today for sure. Okay, I'm gonna apply a little bit on my nose here. This is what I usually do with my blusher anyway. I like it that way. I think these blushes are okay. It's just that it's very pigmented and you really need to control it by, you know, using the back of your palm and just really smooth it out first for more control. All right, on the lips it's a bit different. I'm just gonna directly take it from here and apply it on my lips. It's definitely bright, but you can kind of like tone it down just by making sure that you don't apply too much of the color of this. The shade doesn't even look like what it looks like in the pan itself. The one in the picture itself, it looks red, but it still looks more of a muted, darker red rather than a super bright one like this. With a lot of cream blusher, similarly, you need to control it. It really takes a lot of effort to control it with the back of your hands and making sure that you don't apply too much. You slowly build it up rather than putting on too much and then not being able to take it off. Cream blushers are a little bit trickier to work with, but it's okay. I think as a cream blusher, this is fine. It's just that you need to kind of work it. I don't think this is like a 10-minute sort of makeup routine, but if you have time, I think cream blushers will be a pretty good investment in the sense that usually they last longer. So let's see how this lasts. On the lips, if you kind of spread it out, it is definitely a little bit drying. Like it doesn't leave anything on the lips. The shade of this, and it doesn't work with the eyeshadow for sure, but it's nice. It's very pretty. And let's see how it lasts. I will do a check-in in a couple of hours time. So it's been a couple of hours. I did not go out with this makeup. I didn't have the opportunity to sweat in this makeup. I was pretty much home the entire time, just doing my own thing, have some like Zoom virtual family gathering. First impression, I already know which I feel it's worth buying, or at least as a first impression is worth buying, and what is not worth buying. The sponges first. I think the sponges, for the price of it, it's actually okay. So if you like how Beauty Blender, like the original Beauty Blender feels, then you might not like this. This is a little bit different, actually quite different from Beauty Blender, but I love that it has a tapered end here, so it makes it easy to blend, and also has a rounded side here, so that it also makes it easy to blend at certain areas and the corners, of course, underneath the eyes, nose area. I feel like it's definitely soft enough and it works all right as a makeup sponge. Next up, the fake shape tape. I think after a while it kind of seems fine on my skin. Like it doesn't look like it's too vast of a different or contrast on my skin, but I do think maybe a lighter shade would be better because it does oxidize. Consistency of this is actually quite good. It gives a medium coverage. It's not the full coverage. I've never tried Tarte Shape Tape, so I don't know how to compare it for you guys. Overall, as concealer, I think it's okay. It covers quite alright, but for dry skin type people, this one definitely does catch on to some of your dry patches. And yeah, you basically need to really prep your skin really well and use a good moisturizer underneath, good primer, so that you know your foundation or even your concealer will generally look nicer on the skin. But oily skin type people, I think you might like this one quite a bit because it does feel very lightweight, and it does feel like it is very thin in consistency, so it's not the very thick kind of concealer. As long as you don't go and rub it off, I think it should stay quite alright, especially if you're going to work. If you're still going to work, if you are like underneath aircon and stuff like that, this should work fine. Move on to the eyebrow cream or eyebrow pomade if you want to fancyify it. This is okay. Like, I don't think this is that bad. You just need to really learn how to control a cream eyebrow product like any other eyebrow product. If it's a cream or a pomade, you probably still need to learn how to use it. There is a learning curve to this. Like, this is my first time using like a cream sort of eyebrow thing on the brows. I think it's an eyebrow cream. This works fine. It doesn't, when I spray with mist just now, it doesn't seem like it smudges off or anything like that, or melts off or anything like that. So I would think that this is quite nice if you guys are looking for a eyebrow cream sort of product. The eyebrow gel, this sucks. Unfortunately, this sucks so badly. I was hoping that this will work, but unfortunately it doesn't. Although it does feel tacky in the beginning, it does stick in the beginning, but after, like, even just now, after like 10 to 15 minutes, it already start, like, my eyebrows already start going haywire again. It's already started drooping. Like, it doesn't stick the eyebrow as where I wanted it to stick. It doesn't last at all, like at all. It's not even like, you know, medium lasting power. No, it doesn't last at all. Moving on with the eyeshadow, this sucks as well. If there's a 0 to 10 sort of rating, this I would consider it as a 1. I don't know, it's not even worth the money. Even though it's super damn cheap, it's just not worth the money. The eyeshadow is just very dusty, very chalky, very flaky. The shimmers doesn't even look that great. It's not very pretty kind of shimmer on the eyes itself, although the swatches actually look quite pretty, but then when you start spreading it out, it just doesn't look as pretty. This is not worth it at all. Just don't even think about it. Finally, we have the cream lip and cheek product. I mean, they also count this as like an eye product as well, but I don't think I'll ever use a cream kind of product on the eyes. But as a blusher, it looks really nice. I think this is worth it. The colors are gorgeous. It's super pigmented. They are pretty similar in shade, so you really don't have to buy all 6, to be honest. On the cheeks wise, it doesn't feel dry, which is great, but once you like put it on your lips, and once it kind of dries off, like it kind of dries down matte-ish, it looks very pretty for sure, but definitely feels a little bit drying on the lips. I'm really glad that I got this. It's just unfortunate that some of them just look way too similar to each other. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoy. I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Don't forget to like and subscribe!